Decisions. Rather than paddle the mosquito-infested narrow channel through alders and over beaver dams and fallen trees, we took to the road from Fish Pond and portage the extra 2 miles for a total of 7.25 miles to Spencer Ribs. We moved as quickly as we could, for the bugs were relentless, right up to the put-in at Moose River.
Going through the rapids. Oh, full send. Beautifully done. Look at that eddy turn right there. Jesus.
As we relaxed on Addian Pond, fishing and texting, we were caught off guard by fast-moving storm cells. Addian quickly turned menacing. We made quick work to the lee side of an island and waited till the wind and rain subsided. Weather radar showed dangerous storms all around us. As luck would have it, none of them hit us straight on. On Wood Pond in Jackman, we would be forced to bail out on private property and portage to a hotel in Jackman where we would stay the night.
If they don't mind you, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. A little bit too dangerous.
A well-deserved carb-infused dinner is the perfect formula for a good night rest. With only one good day of weather opportunity to cross Moosehead Lake in the coming days, we scrap our planned layover in Jackman and move on. I pick up my resupply at the post office, then head over to the grocery store to add to it. This will be our last chance for food supplies till the end of the trip. It's so buggy in camp that Ben and Phoebe decide to pack up quickly and have breakfast in their canoes instead. A tough 25-mile day lay in front of us. The day prior on a river, I lost my water container in a rapid. While on a portage trail, I met a fisherman, another trail angel by the name of Ralph, and told him my story. He said if I follow him to his truck, he has 3 ice-cold water bottles I could have. He said to stop by his place on Moosehead Lake for a rest when we get there the following day. We did, and it was such a blessing. He gave us all we could drink Gatorade and valuable info on Moosehead Lake, the place to rest and fuel up before the 14-mile crossing to Northeast Cary. Thank you, Ralph. 7-mile day and just a few yards away from where we would camp, this mess presented itself as a final insult to the day. We would quickly set up our tents and make dinner and eat it in our tents, for the bugs were just as hungry as we were, just that their menu was just a little bit different. In the morning, thousands will be waiting for us just outside our tent, ready to pounce once again. Thankfully, from this day forward, they would settle down quite a bit.
Hey, Phoebe. Today's your lucky day. And mine too, I think. I got a proposition for you. You know, a few days ago you were telling Ben to hold off on the salt, right? Well, I got some salt for you, with an added bonus, some food coloring added to it. All you gotta do is boil some water, take this hat,
Brush it off.
but no, just dunk it in the water,
Oh man.
right? Swish it around.
Yeah.
You get your salt, and I'll get my clean hat, and we both win.
Just made it to the boom house. What a scary paddle it was at the mouth of the Penobscot River. Ben and Phoebe head out on an adventure to find the lost village of Chesuncook. Meanwhile, poor Phoebe gets lost in the weeds and somehow turns into a toad. Ben finds her and plants a kiss on those toady lips and saves the day and brings back his princess. Sorry guys, couldn't resist. Paddle only 2.5 miles before we are forced off Chesuncook Lake and seek refuge on Longley Stream campsite. Over breakfast, Ben finds an obscure logging road on the far out map and heads out to scout it out while Phoebe and I wait on his return. He finds the old logging road, but it requires about a 1/3 of a mile bushwhack through rough North Maine woods. We go over our options and decide to do the 5-mile portage versus the dangerous 3-mile paddle to Umpazooka's camp. Getting to Umpazooka's would put us in a good position for the mud pond carry the following day. The old logging road has not been used in years. This has given it the opportunity to fill itself with yellow wildflowers and raspberries that Phoebe took advantage of. You have heard of the yellow brick road. Well, this was the yellow flower road to Umpazooka.
What'd you find?
The prettiest portage I've ever done.
Oh, nice.
Needless to say, we were surprised to find a small portable church in the Maine North Woods that goes by the official name of 10th in the Woods. It's privately owned and allowed to park for a period of time before it needs to find another place to park. Sing like the bluebird. We duct tape our shoes so not to lose them in the boot-sucking mud.
Okay, here's the mud carry, mud pond. And there's the start of the trail. There it is. We're duct taping our sneakers, water shoes. That's what they say to do. That's a fantastic job there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ben and Phoebe head out on the infamous, if not notorious, mud pond carry, a rite of passage for NFCT travelers. We make 2 trips, the first with our packs, then back for the canoes. Ben and Phoebe would encounter a moose on the trail.
Oh. Okay, I guess this is where it gets really tough. Through here.
I don't normally breathe heavy when walking, but with an approximate 95-pound pack bursting with gear and a 19-pound portage cart on top of my shoulders, it was a wonder that I wasn't hyperventilating. I wish I had a photo.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to go underneath that. No other choice. You know, I think better off just walking through the water. Screw it.
My large granite gear pack has proved its worth on this trail. I love all the adjustment straps to make it feel strong and secure to my body. Originally I was going to strap my portage cart to my canoe, but found it to be quite cumbersome. So I took a clue from Ben and placed it on my shoulders and pack. Although very heavy, this worked out quite well. After this load, going back for my canoe should be a breeze.
Oh, no other choice but to step in it and hope for the best. Oh, so far the footing hasn't been so bad. Kind of sucks not knowing where you're stepping. It looks like it's going to be a straight shot. No leapfrogging on this one. It's going to bear down and go. Make sure I bring a water bottle back with me on my life straw. Okay. Oops. So far it's very soupy. No boot sucking mud yet. Well, here's some slop. Not boot sucking. I guess it's just too soupy with all the rain we've been having. I can see in summertime it's turning into some really boot sucking mud. I just don't want to fall in this fucking mud. Last portage, guys. Last major portage behind us. Benjamin, how you doing underneath there? Oh my gosh.
Oh, good.
You the man. Beast mode.
Feeling like a moose.
Oh. Wow. Man, what an effort that was. Boy, a hot cup of coffee would be good right about now. Yeah.
Rain top and bottom at this point was proving to be a total, complete failure. As tired as I was, I didn't want to stop and let the cold settle into my bones. Rain and wind was forecasted for the next couple of days, and getting dry was paramount on my mind.
I guess that's just the devil in me, 'cause I'm too hot to handle. Ooh, yeah, I'm too hot to handle. Ooh, I got the fire inside my veins, and it's
Ben, be a friend.
there ain't no running from the flame. Meet the master of the game. Yeah, I'm too hot to handle. Now you better learn.
You got it, Ben. Thanks.
The weather held just long enough for us to make our 5-mile Chamberlain paddle from Mudbrook to Lock Dam Camp. We were not going anywhere for the rest of the day, so we holed up in the ranger's screened-in porch and hung up clotheslines to dry our wet clothes. The following day, Chamberlain was still spewing whitecaps all day, so we lost another day. Food rations was now becoming a concern, with all the low mileage days we had been having due to bad weather. Once again, we don't make it very far. Using coves and islands as protection, we make it as far as Thoreau Island on Eagle Lake, where we meet up with our most treasured trail angel, Steve, and his dog Penny. We quickly make friends with Steve, exchanging stories of our trips and adventures. Having been out a week, Steve would be heading home the following day. He gave us steak, eggs, pancake mix, and a variety of mixed vegetables, and all the coffee we could drink. This extra food will allow us not to have to ration the rest of the way.
Can you go down, or do you sink these down?
I have a fast sinking line, and like I said, I got some weight.
Yeah.
I can go down pretty good. I can get down like 20 feet.
Yeah. This lake is probably like 15 at most, or 15, 20 on this lake?
What's that?
For how deep it is.
Oh my God, down there, down around the corner, it's 120 feet.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Once you get down through the narrows, by Pump Handle,
Yeah.
it drops a Little Eagle,
Yeah.
120 feet in there.
Wow. Oh, but before they rose it up, probably.
I don't remember the last time I had steak.
Oh yeah, I know. We're out of college, we're out of school, so we're not running on steak right now.
We love to cook, but meat is not my strong suit.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, some meat-based dishes, but More as like something you put in soup or stew.
Yeah, right. That's why my wife is. I like to put them back. They're tender. Full flavor.
With our bellies full, we roll over and take a nap. Ben and Phoebe go out for an evening paddle. With excellent weather in the forecast for tomorrow, we plan on a big day to make up for much lost time. I must have had issues with my camera, for I have noticed that many photos are missing from the past few days. Today's plan was to camp at Long Lake Dam at 35 miles away to get the lakes behind us. Unfortunately, it was occupied along with camps before it and after it. This forced us to continue to Round Pond, adding another 10 miles for a total of 44 for the day, the longest mileage day of the trip. This included a 5-mile portage with our canoes around Chase Rapids. After paddling for several hours in zero visibility, the fog starts to lift off. Just before entering Round Pond, stands of majestic elm trees start to appear. These trees survived the Dutch elm disease of the 1950s and 60s.
Okay, June 22nd. 2 more nights on the Allagash, St. John, and we'll be at Fort Kent on Friday. Today is Wednesday morning. Looking about 1 o'clock at Fort Kent. Message Lori through satellite, and we are excited to see one another. Well, anyway, here I am at Round Pond. We rolled in late last night after a 44-mile day. Yeah, I said that right, 44 miles. We put in at Thoreau. We launched from Thoreau Island on Eagle, made our way down to Round Pond 44 miles later. Round Pond is not what it used to be. It's one of my favorite sites, and looks pretty run down. It looks like last people were here didn't really take care of the camp. They kind of left it a bit messy. The ranger really hasn't cut the grass here. It's a bit overgrown. And the worst part about it is it's the moose poop. Not the moose poop, but the goose poop. It's a family of geese are living here. A family of I want to say about 7. Male, mama and papa, and 5 goslings, and they were a bit disappointed when they rolled in here thinking they were going to have an evening meal here, but I shooed them away, and there's just poop everywhere. I had to make a makeshift pooper scooper and toss out all the poop.
This is Round Pond Rips, just above Turk Island campsite. What a difference a year makes. Last year at this time, the river was running at about 275 CFS. This year, it's running at 3,000. I find it prettier and more challenging at lower levels by the way it snakes its way down to Turk Island.
Howdy.
I personally saw more snakes than moose on this trip. We made the required stop at Mashard Farm and no ranger was in sight. We signed and filled the check-in book and went on our way after filling our water bottles. Ice, a very valuable commodity, is left to melt on the Allagash Wilderness Waterway rather than to be portaged around the falls, a short quarter-mile portage. This would be our very last portage with our faithful wheels. With the water levels running at just about 3,000 CFS, we had an easy time of it compared to my Allagash trip the year before. This video is of the same time period last year in 2021. Here is my friend Jim struggling to find a way down the river. The river was just running at 316 CFS. We zigged and we zagged, trying to find a runnable path of water in the moving water sections. Good exercise. Difficult to deal with. The last 3 days on the river were falling into place nicely compared to the previous ones. The water levels and weather couldn't have been any better.
Nice going, guys.
Just before the confluence of the Allegheny and St. John rivers lies Two River Lunch, a much talked about last stop on the river that we made sure we did not miss. We would spend our last night at Pelletier's camp on the St. John River. With the Canadian shore on the left and the American shore on the right and the International Bridge in the middle. Our trip is quickly coming to an end.
June 24th, 2022. Here comes John and Ben and Phoebe. They put in on May 15th in Old Forge, New York, and they're coming up to the boat launch at Fort Kent, Maine. They made excellent time. They took off from Norm Pelletier's campground on the St. John this morning at 7:40, and they had 17 miles to paddle. And here they come. Can't wait to see you. Awesome job, guys. Couple 100 yards, I hear you. Get your ass over here. Come on, keep that boat straight. Get rid of that kayak paddle. Here's my wilderness explorers.
Did it.
Awesome job, guys.
Bottoms up. High five for the man.
Awesome.
All right. Yeah, touchdown. Feels good. Nice easy slope. 17 miles down from Pelletier's.
Yeah. Your beard looks good.
Yeah. It's trimming.
You tired?
Chop it off.
You tired?
No, I'm feeling pretty good.
Oh, good.
17 miles today.
Awesome. That was an easy day.
That's an easy day.
Everybody's been blowing up my phone. And you're out. Awesome. Look. Oh my God.
You did good. You handle everything. Look at you. I knew you'd probably do something, but this is pretty cool. This is really nice.
And when you said, oh, we're all gonna go for pizza and ice cream, I just said, okay.
Wow.
I have a whole smorgasbord. I don't know if you like
Let's bring all that stuff up and then let's get it out of there. Put it all over here. Oh, that is coffee.
Is that what you said?
Klaus Holler, yeah.
Yep, I got that
You
too.
did? I told you. I saw you.
I opened up the van and I got my first black fly and mosquito.
Oh, cold. Woo. I'm gonna take one. Oh, okay.
Good friends and family. Woo!
Whoa, mackerel, salad. I told her she could make salads. Where's Tom? Nice. Wow, fantastic.
Our good friends always on
Ben and Phoebe's last unofficial portage to a well-deserved motel.
Won't try to spare your feelings,
You guys need a
but
lift?
help you carry the weight. When you got friends you can
Right.
count on.
All right,
Good
guys.
friends and
Bye-bye.
family.
Lori and I head south for home, while Ben and Phoebe stay the night in Fort Kent and wait up on Steve and Catherine for their ride home. But before they all head home, they head to Stratton, Maine, where they will climb to the top of the Bigelow Mountains to have a long, high look of Flagstaff Lake, just one of many lakes that we paddled during our 740-mile canoe adventure.
To risk it all. Help a friend in time of need and be exactly